Welcome to B.A.R.E Lifestyle, the podcast where we speak up and speak out about all taboo topics and make them normal and acceptable.
You are invited to be curious, to try something new, and stay open to provocative perspectives.
I'm Simona Spark, a best-selling author, international speaker, transformational coach, and so many other things. Beyond anything else, I'm a woman who stopped following other people's rules and started creating my own.
I'm Carolyn Marcos, a life coach on a mission to break the labels and expectations that others place on us. I am a woman who used to hate her own body until I dared to become the sexy goddess I am today.
In this space, we are going to get naked by stripping away insecurities, self-judgments, and all kinds of limitations, and reach in for the essence of who we really are. B.A.R.E.
Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever evolving. Let's begin.
Hello.
Oh, this is exciting. Yes,
Celebration.
celebrating. Cheers.
Congratulations for being here. Cheers.
Mm.
What are we celebrating? I'm celebrating myself, and I'm celebrating Carolyn, and I'm celebrating all of you that you are here today. What are you celebrating, my love?
Mm. I'm celebrating being here with you and everyone else that's going to be joining us. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm so excited. And a little bit nervous, believe it or
Oh,
not.
yes.
Like instantly, like my stomach went like, okay, we are doing this.
I know I have goosebumps. I'm like, ah. It's all new. It's exciting.
Yes. Welcome
Mm.
everyone to this Bear space. As we say in our intro, we are here to challenge some limitations and to really focusing on bringing all the taboo topics and make them normal, for God's sake, already.
Yes. Yes.
So we're just gonna start with Carolyn and I. We met the other day and we make a long list of episodes and what we talk and when and about what and whatever. And I'm like, well, we just have to start from somewhere. So we decided
Right.
to start with the beginning, like why Bear, what this concept is about, and how we end up here right now.
Yes. Because it's a
So
journey to get to here.
absolutely. And it's ever evolving, as we already said. And we're gonna keep circle back to the concepts that we present in here because it's really our intention to help all of you to really get into your body and own your own power. And if we do that, every episode piece by piece, that's gonna be just phenomenal.
I'm so excited. So excited.
All right, so I'm gonna start because I am responsible for this bear concept. It happened 5 years ago when I first participated to a business retreat and was under the theme of being seen and heard. And never ever in my life I've been so feeling seen and heard or stepping into being seen and heard, right? And I really journal like what that means to me. And at that time, it meant like, oh my God, I feel like I'm naked and everybody could see me. And I was so shy of even expressing that to people that were around me and I trust them. So then in the last night, we have a dinner with a few of the friends. Some of them become my best friends and they're still my friends. And we talk about dreams and visions and I'm like, okay, Nothing is too big, everything is allowed, what that might be. And I envisioned this bear retreat. I want to get myself into a space where I'm holding a space for other women, like powerful women,
Yeah.
women that know who they are, and women that dare to be seen and heard, and women that dare to own all the imperfections. And at that time I was living in New Zealand, and New Zealand had so many different like luxurious retreats, and I imagined like, oh, I'm gonna have those rich women traveling to New Zealand, and I'll be stripping away the appearances from them, like no makeup, no earrings, get rid of the diamonds, take your rings off, take your titles off. We don't care about your last name, we don't know what business you are running, and we are here just to connect as women. So that's how it started. Now, a lot happened in 5 years, and you're gonna know about it. About what I took myself through that journey of, stripping away insecurities and self judgments and all the bullshit that we do to each other, to ourselves, really. Um, I have the honor to invite Carolyn into experiencing the bear concept. So, do you want to
Ooh.
share a minute about that?
That was like the biggest pivotal moment of my life. Talk about being seen and heard. I was never comfortable, never took up space, never wore red lipstick, never did anything to make myself noticeable in any space whatsoever. And then I'm faced with the opportunity to get bare, get comfortable with who I am, break through all of the body image, shame, blame, just sabotage that was going on, and to step into an experience that literally changed my life, which is why I'm so excited to be a part of all of this, because this experience for me helped me to step in fully to who I am. And now I want everybody to step fully into who they are. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Well,
that's
just
my
so you know, I
experience.
know I put you on the spot, but just so you know
Mm.
that as we go, I will ask you to share some details, as I will share
Oh,
some details, as we really want you guys to see yourself in us. Carolyn and I, we are like so different from each other, and yet so similar.
yes, very much so. Very much so.
And it's my belief that we all are like that, like we have our unicity, but then we are all going through the same. We experience feelings the same, really. We might process them differently, and that's what makes us unique, but we experience the same. Joy is joy, sadness is sadness, pain is pain. And it is my intention to, both of us here to help you work through some of those, and help you get on the other side of things where you actually know who you are. And again, just owning your own power, really.
Yeah. Because when you own your own power, like so many things just become so possible for who you are and what you are capable of doing. I don't think we know that until we like really step into it.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. We could sit on the side of things and imagine how it's gonna look like, what it's gonna feel like, but we really don't know until we in it.
Exactly. Oh, that is so true. So true.
We will circle back to how this bear experience come to become this entity. I look at it as an entity, and we're just gonna nurture it and see how it evolves. I know it's where it's going, and I'm just so grateful for all of you to give us the time and the space to witness where this is growing and how it's growing.
Yes.
But for this first episode, I would like to tap into the nakedness concept. I know we say we strip away the insecurities and limitation to really find out who we are as a bear, as like naked, like that idea of, oh, this person sees me. And it's not about just taking your clothes off, which could be, and we're going to talk about it. Um,
Yeah.
but it's about when you feel that that person actually sees you for who you are, with all the
Right.
things that you try so hard to hide about yourself.
Isn't it so crazy how we try to hide like everything about ourselves? Don't see this, don't look at that. We cover it up with our clothing, we cover it up with a mask, we cover it up with our behaviors. And we just try to like stay so small and not shine as brightly as we possibly could.
Yes, yes. So why do we do that?
Because we're scared, because we step into our own fear and we are afraid of rocking the boat. We're afraid of stepping beyond. We're so afraid of judgment and we're so afraid of somebody's going to notice something about us. And that keeps us like holding back.
Yeah, yeah. We all want to be liked and loved and belong,
Yes.
right? Um,
Yep.
One thing that really shifted for me was that judgment that you were talking about, afraid of being judged.
Mm-hmm.
When going on my own, self-discovery journey and hiring coaches and help me to see the things that I couldn't see it on my own, to realize that I'm the one that make the judgment first. I'm the
Yes.
one that make the judgment about myself, which is a one process that we're gonna tap into and like dissect it in little pieces. And also, I'm the one that making the judgment on others that they
Mm.
might judge me.
Yep.
Which it might be or it might not be true.
Exactly. We don't know because we're not inside of another person,
Yeah.
so we don't know what they're actually thinking. And they're probably just as afraid that as we are. They're standing in their own fear and their own judgment, and they're judging themselves harsher than they are being judged by others.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah,
Isn't
we
that
step in
true?
that.
Most of the time, right?
Yep. Oh my goodness.
So either way, what both situation have in common is that we are not allowing ourselves to show up fully. So it's such a simple and a silly concept. I expect you to like me while I'm not showing you all of me. So I'm
Right.
pretending I have so many parts in hiding, right? And then
Hmm.
I make your job impossible. You can never possibly love me or like me for who I am because I never show you who the fuck I am.
Exactly, exactly. And we do that in so many areas of our life. We do it in our intimate relationships. We do it with our children. We do it at our space of work. We do it with our clients. We do it in so many spaces. And then all of a sudden, it's like when you start to realize that and you want to strip that away, it's like, oh, I can't do that. And then they're gonna see me differently. So yeah, we do that.
Yeah. So I just want to have a question for our audience here. As I usually like to do in my trainings and in my practice, in my coaching practice, is just take a piece of paper and write down for yourself. Nobody's going to check it. Nobody's going to grade it. Nobody need to know. Just for yourself. Just get honest for a minute and write down what are the pieces, the parts of yourself that you master of hiding. So first of all, I want to congratulate you for mastering that skill of hiding that part.
Right.
And just be honest about it. You don't need to do anything about it. You don't need to do anything about it. Just acknowledge it, right?
Hmm.
It's a very powerful exercise, as those are the pieces. Those are the pieces that move us when we are inspired or when we are triggered. Should we
Yes.
tap into that a little bit? What do you think, Carolyn?
I think we could tap into that, definitely.
Hey,
Definitely.
cheers. Where is your champagne?
That's right to
You'll keep
hear.
celebrating.
Cheers. So, if I was to tap into that, if I was to talk about the thing that I mastered at hiding, I mastered hiding from my wife that I was afraid to look in the mirror. I mastered that so well that she only just found out about it a few months ago. That the mirror was such a trigger for me, like to step into a dressing room, to even step past a mirror in my home, to step past anything was terrifying to me because I just did not like to see myself.
Mhm,
And so I mastered that. I was the master of hiding my own fear.
mhm. Until I came and I'm like, bullshit. We are not doing that anymore.
Right? And the one thing that everybody will begin to learn is that you are so masterful at calling people out on what is the bullshit that is running behind the scenes. So having somebody to call that bullshit out for me made me stop and start to tear those pieces apart. So I mastered it, but then I had to bring that all back down again so that I could stand in the mirror and start to recognize the pieces of me that I love and the pieces of me that I desire to accentuate and the pieces of me that I recognize need to be changed, but
Mhm.
I'm okay with them until I'm ready to do something about it.
Right, right.
So there's two sides to mastering it because once we master something and we're ready to demolish it, then we have to learn how to take it back down again and re-recognize who we are.
And like everything else, it's ever evolving. It's never done. We never done. We never done. And I want to acknowledge your compliment and thank you. And I will also say that everybody's capable of seeing through people or where they're
Oh
hiding,
yes.
as long as they do that for themselves. Because, girlfriend, it's been 40 plus years of hiding and
Right?
judgment. Like, I grow up with learning and mastering the skill of judging people. Like, that was,
Mm.
you know, up until like early 30s when I moved to US was the first time I was like, I'm a judgmental bitch. It's who I am. And no, I did not say it out loud because at the minute that I realized it, of course, it was all the shame, all the embarrassment, and not only that, but was so much fear. Like, what do I do with this? Who do I ask? Where do I learn? How did I make it to life so far? And I have this, awful characteristic attached to my personality.
Right? But we all have them.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think that judgment is part of life, but of course, when we
Mhm.
say judgment, it has a negative connotation and it's such a negative energy because that means that we say something wrong. But judgment is we make judgments all the time. We have to make judgments in order to make a decision. So we could eliminate the negativity around it and say, hey, judgment is good.
Yep.
And there is different types of judgment, and judgment is necessary in order for us to make decisions for our life, really.
Yes, absolutely. And judgments came into play, to keep us safe, to keep us from stepping over something that was uncomfortable for us. So when we were in this space of recognizing these things about ourselves, they're also there to hold us into this space of it's comfortable, it's safe, everybody else is doing it. All of those things go into that.
Yes.
So recognizing that's so important, I think.
So important. And I would like to elaborate more on that in the next episode when we actually look a little bit more detail into what are the conversations that we are doing here and what are those taboo topics and what we call them taboo. So please come back to the next episode. We're going to dive deeper into that. But for now, just as we wrap up this session, I would like to offer our intention here is also to offer you guys some tools that you might choose to apply or not in your life to move you forward into a more joy and closer to your dreams. And just looking at those two perspectives that I mentioned earlier of the hidden parts of ourselves, they are trigger, and the hidden parts of ourselves, they are inspired by things that are
Yes.
happening around us, right? And our invitation here is to celebrate both.
Mhm.
Here's the champagne. We want to celebrate both. Let's drink to
All
that.
of
I'm
it.
gonna get drunk by the end of this. Of course, we're gonna go deeper and wider in each concept, but it's very simple just for now. Like when we are inspired, it's because there is a part of us that resonates with that. And it gets to be as simple as that. And when we are triggered or we don't like something, or it's a part of us that resonates with that. It's very
Yes.
simple. So we could drop the judgment right there, say, "Oh my God, why?" No, like there is no point. There is the reason is not important. How we feel is very important. Am I having a good experience? I have good feelings. I'm inspired by this. Good for me. I have that
Yes.
part in me, right? Am I triggered and I'm not feeling good and I'm like, ooh, good for me. That means there is a part of me in hiding that needs my attention. We are not there to judge it. We are
Mm-mm.
not there to explain it, where it came from. We all know where it came from.
Absolutely, we do.
But to celebrate it, that it's such an important signal that let us know there is a part that's like, hey, hear me out, love me, forgive me, release me, heal me, whatever that part might say.
Yes. So true. So true. Because when we step into that space where we're really hearing ourselves, when we're noticing what's triggering us, when we're noticing what is so genuine about us, it gives us this opportunity to really step into a different space. It's like, okay, so why am I triggered by this? Where does that healing need to come from? How can I start that healing right now? And you can just by letting it go,
Mm,
accepting it, and just thank it and let it go. And how do I celebrate that? By just stepping into the fact that you recognize something so true for you and then moving forward from there.
wonderful. That being said, on the other side of piece of paper that you guys already write the things that you acknowledge they're in hiding, I will invite you to just get curious and write down two things that inspire you from this short conversation that we already have, and write two things that trigger you. And then, if you are willing to take a step further, like just get curious, what's that part of me that is so inspired that I have it, that I didn't express it, that I didn't show it to the world, and what to do about it, and also what is that part of me that is requiring my attention because I was really triggered when she said this, or I was really triggered when she explained that, or whatever the case might be.
Taking the steps, just, notice. Man,
Really.
you're going to do a lot of writing. I have notebooks filled with stuff.
Yeah, I moved to the computer because, I was covering paper. It took too much space. It's like, okay, we go digital. We go
Right.
digital.
I don't have a lot of space to offer to that, so you know,
Yes, yes,
it
yes.
is going to happen.
I think this is where we landed today. Is anything else that you might want to add, Carolyn, that fits into this, how we got here, and maybe preparing our audience for the next episode of what are the topics that we want to talk about?
Right. Let's get curious about what conversations are we going to have. We want to break taboos. We want to bust out of labels. We want to step forward into feeling stronger and better about ourselves. So the conversations that we're going to continue to have here are going to take you in that direction and allow you to be triggered, to go, how do I handle that? And also to celebrate, like, what are you going to move forward in? What are you stepping into? What are you trying on? Where's your next place going to be? So I just want to keep that curiosity and keep that ability to just join us and move forward with us as we grow through this bear experience.
Yes, I love it. All right, everyone. I love you. We love you. We celebrate you. We celebrate
Yes,
ourselves and each other. And if we do only one thing for each episode, let's just do that. Celebrating
oh,
ourselves. It's time. It's
it's
time.
time,
It's time. Until next
definitely.
time,
To you.
we will love to hear from you. What inspired you? What triggered you? And what interests you?
Do you have questions? Perfect. Get your answers in our Q&A sessions in the B.A.R.E Experience Facebook group.
There are many ways for you to join the conversation. You could leave your comments or you could email us.
We can't wait to have you back. Till then, be B.A.R.E.
Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever evolving.